Today down in the comments, I want to hear when you start putting up Halloween decorations. What part of the month? September 15th as I'm filming this, and I'm thinking it's right now. Hello, I'm Adam Caesar. I'm the author of Clown in the Cornfield, out now from Harper Teen in beautiful hardcover, ebook, and audiobook, and several other books that you can go buy and enjoy and read to complete your Halloween season. And this is Project Black T-Shirt, the channel where we usually take a new or a reissue horror movie and then pair it with a piece of horror fiction that you will like to read if you like that movie. Subscribe and like and go watch my other videos if you want to see that. But today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Since the last video went up, I reached 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone who's watched and commented and shared the videos and subscribed. All that. It's very cool. So I wanted to do something a little bit different, and I wanted to celebrate Halloween a tiny bit early. So today we are going to be looking at 3 new buildings in the Lemax Spooky Town line of Holiday Village collectibles. If you missed me initially setting up my first Spooky Town last year, I have a video. I'll put the link in the description. I'll put a thing up here. I can never remember what side it's on, and you can go watch that. But these are 3 new buildings for the 2020 season. And I can't think of a spookier year than the year 2020. So we're going to open them up, and we're going to do something a little bit different from last year. I wanted to talk about movies. I wanted to kind of continue what the channel's about. So as I open up each one of these boxes, we're going to do a little unboxing. I'm going to hold the piece up to the camera. I'm going to think of a film that it reminds me of, and we're going to build a little mini movie marathon. We're going to build a 3-movie marathon that you can enjoy this Halloween while you're setting up your Halloween decorations and stuff like that. Just like last year, before we get too deep into things, before we start unboxing things, I want to say that I'm going to be giving away one of these buildings. I'm going to be giving away the kind of bigger ticket item, the biggest building in the set, but I'm not going to be doing it on YouTube like last year. I'm not going to be doing dealing with emails and entries and stuff like that. I'm going to be doing it on Twitter, where it's a lot easier to track entries and make sure it's really fair and make sure it's easy to enter and easy for me to get in contact with the winner. So we're going to do that on Twitter, and this video is going up a little bit in advance of that. October 1st is when the contest is going to be going up on Twitter. So make sure that you follow me over there if you don't want to miss out on winning one of these. So we've been a long time admirer of the Spooky Town line, and this year's got some really cool stuff, some really good stuff. So let's just dig right into it with the first building. Ooh. The Death's Door Cemetery Gates. This is like a cemetery supply shop. You can see there's like a little skeleton guy in there. I guess like a skeleton stonemason making headstones and stuff like that. The way we'll do this, I'll open it up, show it to you, give you a movie recommendation that I think goes along with this, and then I'm going to cut the camera and I'm going to go set up my Spooky Town, including some of the other pieces I have, and just do a nice little video tour and show you what these look like, because they all light up, and some of them make sounds and some of them have animation, so you want to really get the idea of what these look like in the proper mood setting. And I'm going to go do that after I unbox them. So they do a really nice job of packaging these, and they've done just like a nicer job over the years. They know that you're going to reuse these boxes, and they know that they're going to kind of go in storage year after year. So they do not only do nice styrofoam with the directions and stuff there, but they have these little pull straps, these little elastic bands, these pull straps that are Velcro. There's a little silica packet in here, a little bonus, a little snack for everyone. Wow, this one looks really cool. I like this style here. There's the little light bulb is here. I'm not gonna plug that in yet, but I really like the style of this one because it's a lower house and it has a very unique silhouette compared to this isn't just your standard haunted house. This is clearly a more specialized building. But if you see that, it's really the details really beautiful. I like the colors. I like that kind of green slime coming out from behind all the walls. Oh, look, this guy's got a little welder's mask on, and he's working the kiln there. Very cool. And there's a ton of puns here. Barry D alive, buried alive. Lots of fun stuff. Custom wrought iron gates and fencing. Wow. So what film does this remind me of? What film that could we program a little Halloween film festival for you. Now, keep in mind that Spooky Town may be a family activity that everyone can enjoy. These movies are for the most part, not going to be. These are horror movies for people that can hang and can enjoy horror movies meant for an older crowd. So when I look at Death's Door, Cemetery Gates, it's got the word cemetery in it. So the movie I'm going to pair with this is House by the Cemetery, the Lucio Fulci classic. I really, really enjoy this film. This is a movie that I first saw on DVD eons and eons ago, probably middle school, and it always kind of stuck with me. It always kind of haunted me. And very recently, Blue Underground came out with this Ultra HD 4K disc of it, and the transfer is incredible, and it really made me newly appreciate the film. It is one of Fulci's most restrained movies. It is not endless gore gags, not endless dream sequences. It's about a family that moves in from New York to a house in New England where the father is kind of picking up the pieces and trying to figure out. One of his colleagues was researching something in this town. He doesn't really know what it is. Researching something in this house to do with this house. Doesn't really know what it is. Boy, is it a bad, ghostly, ghoulish, awful house with terrible things that happen in it. But I really recommend The House by the Cemetery while you're staring at your cemetery gates, while you're setting up your Spooky Town. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about this disc on a later episode because it is that 4K Ultra HD. And we'll really get into the nitty gritty and talk about the features and talk about the film a little bit more in depth than this. So that was our first house. Our next beautiful piece from the Lemax Spooky Town collection is, what is this called? Ooh, Terribly Twisted Taffy Works. This is I guess a candy store or a candy factory run by a witch. You're stretching the taffy that's got little ghost faces in it. This is going to be a really cool one. I'm really excited about this one. So let's pop it open, see what she looks like. This is bigger. I guess I didn't understand like the sizes, but the boxes should have been a tip-off that like these are kind of small, medium, large. Because this is definitely the medium one. It's bigger and meatier and heavier than the cemetery gates. Got a little sign there that I guess I have to hang up myself. Boy, what a beautiful little object this is. Free samples, take one. Got the witch. She's working her magic there. The archways, or the arches on the house, they're two little bats, if you can see that. Fire coming out the top, because we're cooking that taffy, which I'm guessing is made from the souls of the damned. On the side, the trees, employees only, do not enter. That's pretty cool. There's bones coming out the side. This is awesome, and somewhat more nefarious than the Lemax theming usually runs. But when I look at this, so let's pick another movie. Let's pick another movie for our 3-movie Halloween, pre-Halloween marathon, decorating marathon. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at Terribly Twisted Taffy Works. I'm thinking it's something you eat. And when I look at this color, anytime I see that level of green, that kind of green, I think Stuart Gordon, I think Reanimator. But that doesn't really fit. The movie you should pair with this, and if you haven't seen it, you're really missing out. It is a classic film from one of horror's most underrated auteurs, the director of It's Alive and Cue the Winged Serpent, Larry Cohen. I'm going to recommend a Larry Cohen film for this building. I'm going to recommend The Stuff. And as I started filming this video, I was like, where is my Blu-ray of The Stuff? I have to be able to hold it up. I couldn't find it. It must be in the other room or something like that. But I do have the Arrow disc of The Stuff. It is a great movie. I think it's on streaming. I think it might even be on Shudder right now. But The Stuff is about a crew of workmen. I forget who it is. Like maybe it's miners. I forget who it is. They find a bubbling white substance coming out of the ground, almost like oil. Like they're finding this crude, and then they taste it, and it tastes wonderful. It tastes almost like it looks almost like Fluff, the marshmallow treat. and it looks delicious, and they find this thing bubbling out of the ground, and what happens in capitalist America, the snack food companies immediately market this thing. They have no idea what it is, no idea what it does, and no idea the effects on the human body. They start marketing the stuff, this kind of frozen yogurt, ice cream substitute, and things go horribly wrong. And it's kind of satirical, and it has body horror, and it has some really cool, really gnarly effect sequences. But it's also kind of funny and kind of tongue in cheek. If you haven't seen this stuff, while you're setting up your Taffy works and you have a sweet tooth for something ghoulish, Larry Cohen's Stuff is the movie for you. All right, last house before we're done with our little unboxing here, done with our preview of the 2020 Lemax Spooky Town line. That last one is, this is the big one. This is the one I'm going to be giving away on Twitter on October 1st. That's when I'm going to start the drawing. It'll probably run for about a week, and details will be revealed then. But this is the big guy. This has music and lights and all that different stuff. So this is the Ghoulish Gourd Pub and Grill. Looks like it's all about the beer and about the it says pub and grill, but you can see that there's like casks and like different vats and stuff like that. So it's almost like a brewery. This is your Spooky Town microbrew. This thing's enormous. I don't want to have to pay to ship this, but I guess I will. Jeez Louise. That is really cool looking. As you can see, there are patrons and a bartender, and even, I guess, a drunk zombie with his pumpkin over his head, and this guy off the railing, and this thing moves. Really, really neat. Really, really cool looking. Really, really luxe looking. I can only imagine what it looks like when it's lit up. We're all kin at the pumpkin. Gorge on our gourds and grub. Bringing a little bit of adult libation to your spooky town, your current spooky town. I guess gonna ruin a lot of spooky marriages. And for this final piece, I would be remiss, and I know I've just talked about it recently. So for people who subscribe and watch regularly, they've already heard me talk about this movie only like a month ago. But Witch's Brew, a movie by Chris LaMartina and his producing and writing partner Jimmy George. This is a great little indie. You can't really get this disc, but you can rent the movie on Amazon and other places, and I think it might be streaming some places. But Witch's Brew, it's about cursed beer. It's about witches who curse beer and all the terrible things that happen to our hapless heroes when that happens. But boy, would pair nicely with this. You open up a nice pumpkin beer too. Shipyard Pumpkinhead, Southern Tier Pumpkin, something like that. You will enjoy yourself with both these things. This is the one I'm going to end up giving away. I'm going to put it back in the box very gently, and then I'm going to hook everything up and give you a little tour of what this year's 2020 Spooky Town looks like, at least at my house.
Everybody, come have a drink of the Ghoulish Gourd. One brother rats coming up.
And Elvira's here. All right, that was the Spooky Town. Wasn't that spooky? Wasn't that enjoyable? Wasn't that great? I'm Adam Caesar. My new book just came out a couple weeks ago. Doing really well. People are really enjoying it. People are leaving Amazon reviews and Goodreads reviews if they read it, and I really, really appreciate that if you check this book out. I'm overwhelmingly proud of it. The hardback is beautiful. Harper Teen did a great job. It is a teen slasher if you enjoy things like I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream, Halloween, any of the incarnations. You will enjoy Clown in the Cornfield, a Midwest slasher book about a person in a clown mask going to town on some teenagers. But there's more to it than that, and I don't want to spoil it. There's a lot more to it than that. And the reviews have been glowing. 2 different starred reviews, Library Journal and book list both adored this book. I feel so fortunate for everyone who's picked up a copy or listened to the audiobook on Audible or anywhere else, or iTunes, or wherever else you can get audiobooks, or ebook, wherever else you can get ebooks. I'll have links down in the description where you can go get a copy of this. But please pick it up if you haven't yet. And if you have, tell a friend about it if you enjoy it, because it helps me out so much. And I want to be able to write more and more books, so please check it out. And you can check out my back catalog, all available in paperback, and many of them in audiobook as well. But this is the new hotness, this is the new big one. So please check it out, please go get it. Perfect time of year to be reading this. It's clowns and cornfields and all the kind of stuff that you enjoy if you enjoy going to haunted houses or enjoying Halloween Horror Nights or something like that this year. And I know we all can't get out there, so the next best thing is in your mind, so enjoy it. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter, because that's where I will be giving away the pub, the Ghoulish Gourd Gastropub, whatever it's called. Thanks so much for Lemax for sending that out so I can do that giveaway. It's really become a great part of the Halloween season, being able to set up my little town and just enjoy it and just kind of look at it the same way I guess you'd look at the Yule log around Christmas, but it's better because it's Halloween and there's zombies in it, and that's awesome. So have a great rest of your season, guys. Enjoy. I'll be back next week with another video where we'll talk movies and books, as always.